Today we'll be designing a new home in Outback WA. This will be a second home on the client's existing property, and they envisage a single-storey home that will have 3 wings. Their brief is as follows. We would like the left-hand wing to have our master suite, ensuite, walk-in robe, as well as a kids' room and gym. We would like the middle wing to have a kitchen, 2 living spaces, a laundry, scullery, mudroom and WC. We'd like the right-hand wing to be used as a B&B where retreats will be run, or for when our children and grandchildren stay when they visit. I'm Georgina Wilson.
And I'm Peter Smith.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. So here we are. This is our site in Western Australia, in the Outback there. So our client's property is, you can see the client boundary here, and it's just a vast property, so we won't draw anymore, but that's probably all you need to know. Then their existing property is over here at that corner there, and the driveway comes in along this line here, so your cars can drive in there. North, just so you know, north is up the page, so we're getting lovely orientation coming in there. And our clients had kind of suggested that the house may be laid out somewhere here. And they also included a kind of area diagram, I guess, of the types of rooms that they wanted to be included, which is kind of helpful. So I'll just have a look on the pictures here. So this is just a picture of the entry to the site. And so our client was envisaging then that the new house would be somewhere in this vicinity, I think. So it would be a farmhouse, I guess, style home. Excuse the violent colour, but somewhere in that location, and their existing house is over there in the back there. And just translating that to this image, it would be somewhere, I think the new house, will be located somewhere in this kind of vicinity, looking out onto the bush and out in that northern direction, which I think would be really nice, along the driveway there, so you'd nice driveway leading to the other house as well. So let's just get into the actual planning now. So I've just drawn an outline here approximating, a sort of farmhouse style home. So I think what we'll do is start at the garaging end. So let's just get that done, because I think the cars will come around and enter. It's a bit off the page, but they'll enter this way. So we'll have a 6 metre depth on that garage. Let's just show that. So we've got, let's see here, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a 12 metre long garage, which should be 4 cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 6 metre deep garage. So I'm envisaging 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in there. And then from there we would need access into the house. So our clients had asked that the right-hand wing be the B&B, Pete. Mm-hmm. So basically it's small format rooms. So we're looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 with en suites and 1 bathroom and probably some sort of living room. So should we just lay that out?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we put the bedrooms at the north side, potentially? 1, 2, 3, 4. If they're going to have an ensuite, I guess they'll need to be a bit longer on this side. we could always flip it later if we think. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's good. I think it makes sense to have the bigger rooms on the north side when it comes to the master suite as well.
Yeah, to take advantage of that northern orientation there. They'd be lovely rooms. Then also what that maybe does is it moves the corridor kind of back a little bit so that you get better capacity on the north side for the better rooms all through the plan. Sorry. Then maybe what we'll do is, should we divide up this other side?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 into another bedroom, maybe.
Yeah, and I think we might need a bit more space on this side than
Yeah.
the client's shown, because there are some additional amenities.
Yeah, sure.
And that the secondary living room.
Yep. Okay. So should we put that in? I'm drawing massive again. Sorry. I'll tone that down a bit. So bedroom. Then should we make a living room on the southern side here?
Yeah, I think so.
How big do you want to give that? Like maybe 5 maybe? Is that roughly?
Yeah, I think
Or is that going to put? We'll see.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I guess this right wing is acting a bit like an apartment
Yeah.
for those
retreats.
retreats. So 3 bedrooms and a decent living room would be good.
Now we need a decent bathroom. Is it better to pull the bathroom back into here?
I think we just need to make this quite the right wing significantly
Quite a bit
longer,
bigger,
because
yeah.
we'll need.
So should we add another 4 metres? So
Yeah, because we need to include an entry,
yeah.
a laundry, a guest WC,
Okay.
and a large shared bathroom for the.
I think would the large shared bathroom be on this side?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just for argument's sake, we can have a nice bathroom with bath and all of that. And we need the entry. Do you think that needs to be on the northern side, or?
I mean, you could Do you
Seems
have
like maybe the living room's
Do you have
there.
the entry here
Yeah.
and a bathroom there, and then that is the
Laundry.
shared bathroom for the guests of the main house? Because you'd want
Okay,
all
let's
the.
just draw it out. So we go, you want bathroom here?
Potentially.
Okay, and then entry here. It's the long side, so it's less efficient, but let's just work it out.
Yeah.
You don't want laundry there?
Well, I guess I'm just trying to avoid that you have to come into the guest area for doing the laundry.
Yep. So laundry here?
Probably need that bathroom anyway for the guests, plus a laundry.
Okay, have the laundry in there. Then where's the entry?
Well, I was thinking probably the laundry should be on this side of the.
Okay.
There also needs to be a mudroom.
It's getting very long, this wing. I'm a bit uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, so we're adding another 2 metre throughout, yeah?
Yeah.
To get basically your entry on this side and some sort of utility on this side. Maybe that's the laundry. Is that right?
Yeah.
But you've got a laundry.
Well, they want a mudroom and a laundry.
Okay, look, it's probably a bit excessive, but we'll come back round. Okay?
Okay.
So we've kind of got at least everything we need there. Do you want to shall we fill out this a bit as a living room? Let's just make
Yeah.
that a bit more clear that that's a living room.
So it's like
And
a simple kitchenette.
So we can have a kitchenette. Maybe we have the kitchenette on the utility side, and then it's a living room, so we have sort of lounges. Or would you have it facing the other way for the TV? Like, more like this. Like a little sort of like that.
Sure.
And it can be open or closed. I'm not sure whether they want it to be open to the hallway or not. All right, so
let's just do the check. We've got the things you
okay,
need.
let's just check we've got everything. So do you want to walk through from here?
So we need a 3 guest bedrooms, 2 with ensuite. Check.
Mm-hmm.
1 bathroom for the B&B,
Mm-hmm.
the entry, a living activity room for guests with a kitchenette, a 2 metre wide wraparound veranda.
Yep, let's just add that on. So imagine, all the way around, there's a 2 metre veranda and a 2 metre veranda on this side.
Then there are a couple of elements that are sort of moving into the middle wing zone. A WC for guests, a mudroom, and a laundry. So laundry, mudroom, and the guests. So that's sort of
laundry, and obviously a bathroom. Yeah.
So
look, I don't mind the idea that there's a pretty robust utility core right here at the transition between the sort of B&B wing and the living room wing.
Yeah.
Because that way the people who live there don't have to go into the Airbnb or the B&B wing to interfere. You know, it's quite good. So I think in principle that works quite well, and we'll probably be able to condense it later.
Okay. Move into the middle wing.
Yeah.
Okay. So they want a kitchen, a scullery, a dining room, 2 living rooms.
Okay. So, okay. I'm wondering actually if the kitchen could, like, if we could delete the mudroom maybe and move it back, then maybe we could have the kitchen. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. So, let's envisage that we have the kitchen here. Let's just start with that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we don't go long on that bit yet. So keep that on the same sort of length. And there's a scullery maybe opposite, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Maybe the scullery's over here. Something like that. So it's sort of across the hallway to access the scullery. Kitchen is quite nice and generous. Then maybe we come into, maybe this is where it can expand out. And you need about 6 metres for the living room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like that. Maybe because we've got to fit 2 living rooms in here. Let's not forget. So then maybe you would say the dining room goes here. And the living room goes there. Potentially. Is that stupid?
No, makes
Let's
sense.
see, just drawing it very quickly here. And then you could potentially have your second living room this other direction, which would be nice because it gives a completely different vibe. How would we do that? They also mentioned potentially a central fireplace.
Yep, open to a double fireplace wall in the middle.
Okay, well let's try it. I mean, I feel like you'd need another fireplace down here, but let's see. In this format, it might actually work quite well.
It's nice to create some
It's
separation.
nice to create some separation. Where's the TV? Pete's the TV specialist, so where's the TV, Pete?
Would you have a TV on that
Maybe a
wall?
TV's on this side.
Yes.
And then you have the room for like really lovely, generous lounges all around. Something like that. I mean, we can refine the size of the space afterwards, but that's a glorious living room then. And it could be more or less enclosed depending on what the client's wishes were. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, looking good. There'd be opportunities for creating a
Refinement.
higher ceiling in that area,
Yep.
vaulted ceiling and that sort of thing.
And then the circulation path is moving quite easily through here to get to the other wing, so it's not compromised the spaces that much. And now we have the bedroom wing. So I guess this is a master suite.
Left hand side, we've got a master bed, a kid's bedroom / study, and a gym.
Okay, so say we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be the kids' room, maybe, taking advantage of the lovely north aspect. And similarly to they'll need an ensuite, I guess, or it could function as a separate bathroom, sorry. But we'll put a bathroom there. I'll do it like this just in case they would prefer that not to be an ensuite, But it could be either an ensuite or not. I'll do it not as an ensuite, just for now. And then that's the kids' bedroom there. Lovely aspect to the north. Then to the south we can have another room. Is that the gym?
Yep.
Might be a bit bigger maybe, but we'll see. I'll just draw it as a standard room size for the moment. And then should we do the master on the end, like fully, so that it has the benefit of the north and the south orientation?
Yeah, lovely.
And sort of shortens the corridor a bit too. We could maybe flip that to shorten the corridor even more. So let's imagine you go into the master.
We have the bathroom in the middle.
Are you imagining the bathroom here?
Potentially, they can have their room plus another room, a walk-in robe or study or...
that'd be lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they could have a lovely, generous bathroom, something like that. Would you even... Yeah, so then they have options. Like, the thing I like about this type of plan is that they have a very generous bedroom here, with large wall for bed placement. Could be a super king or whatever they require. Then there's room for the bathroom, so we could say, how would we lay that out? We could have a bathroom like this. What would you do? Bath over here potentially, and then something like that.
Yep.
I mean, for argument's sake, there'd be a few options. And then the client would have the option to have an extra room here that could...
Is there enough space to run robe?
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
I'd really
that
like to do that too. So we could rejig the dimensions a little bit to include significant robe all along here. And also they have an extra room that they could use for whatever they want to use it for. So whether that is like a glorious walk-in robe, you could have that with like, just for argument's sake, or it could be a study or a yoga room or a lounge, private lounge for themselves. So I think that's quite nice in principle, and it'd be interesting to talk with the client about what they prefer. And then I guess there's the gym. I'm not sure if they would find that to be big enough, but they could also have glass doors along this side maybe.
I guess they'd have the option to utilise some of that space for
potentially.
the gym if they wanted
a
bigger gym.
If they wanted a trade-off. So let's, for the moment, I mean, that's still a very decent size room at 5 metres by 4 metres. But if they wanted more, we could definitely arrange that. So like maybe they have some glass doors along. Is that a bit excessive? But the idea would be to create some openness so that in the corridor here you can feel some of that benefit of the aspect and the view out that window. I guess the veranda would continue all the way around. So let's just go back and say, well, I suppose they'd have a wraparound. I'm running out of space here on the page, but they'd have a wraparound veranda, which is a lovely way to live in Western Australia, I think, in that harsh environment. Beautiful. And so that's sort of looking pretty good.
Create some larger alfresco areas.
Definitely. So that's a really good point. Where would we be putting those? Because we have a lot of we see a lot of designs where people plonk the alfresco kind of, for example, right here, and thereby ruin the main living area. What would we be suggesting in this case, do you reckon, Pete?
It's tricky.
I mean, maybe actually what you do is move the entry back, and then you can have an alfresco zone here. Like maybe what I would, just thinking aloud here, maybe what I'd actually suggest is that we shift the entry back to here, say. Such that, so say you had your entry point there, and then you had other utility, you have other utility in there, and the kitchen is somewhat utility as well. Then maybe you would create the opportunity to have your alfresco to the side of the living. Like, would you consider that, Pete? Like potentially, or is that just bizarre? It's a bit bizarre. Or would you instead do it here, like just do it here, but do it with flexible roof? That's probably the more natural thing, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, I think that's probably the more natural thing. So maybe what we do instead is we bring a portion out. How? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, is it one thing to consider? There's so much space here. You can
you can kind of
create
do what you want. Yeah.
like the zone a little bit removed from the house. Like you create a large alfresco area
Out from the
out
house.
from the house.
Yeah. Possibly.
I guess what we're just trying to avoid is creating
blocking.
visual clutter and
Yeah, because our best orientation is the north, coming in like that. So the challenge is, I guess, you have potentially an alfresco zone blocking the best aspect to your primary living areas, which would be a real shame. So maybe one option we could suggest is, I guess the first option we'd suggest is that it is attached to the house, but it has a flexible roof.
yeah.
So the way we do that is we'd say, okay, well, it is attached to the house, but it's a structure that has some frames, sort of, possibly something like that, and you have a flexible roof like a Markalux awning or something that goes out, in and out along those frames. So it basically, it can be there 1 minute and not there the next, so it never completely blocks your sun internally. And that would be quite convenient because it would be serviced well by the kitchen and flowing out well from the living.
Yeah, and it's also actually
And it creates a
good
bit of an
because-
eave in this situation.
Yeah, because you actually want some level of protection
Yeah,
against that aspect sometimes.
you definitely do. So you would probably take the roof eave a bit over anyway to protect the doors on that facade. And I guess the other option would be you would disconnect it from the house and propose a kind of gazebo or something, maybe somewhere else, like that maybe sits over here or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's one way of looking at it. I guess, is there any other option that you would want to try in this sort of situation?
Like in regards to the alfresco, or
No, I mean, I guess sometimes we feel that the central living room has challenges.
yeah,
So I was wondering if it would be worth trying an option where
I suppose the
consolidated the bedroom wings a bit more or something, but
or
it's a bit tricky with the B&B
I
requirement.
guess I feel like the brief is quite specific in the requirements for the wings.
Yeah,
I suppose one thing that we could try an option for is the arrangement of the living space.
yeah.
I guess one thing that is not
Okay,
ideal
let's try something
in
here.
this option is that
Yeah.
the big dining room
Yes.
is a bit buried in the
Yeah,
plan.
so it doesn't enjoy the best of the plan, does it?
Like, I wonder if there's an option where
Would you move the kitchen?
it's rotated such that the dining and living both take advantage of the northern aspect.
Yeah, I love that concept. So why don't we just try something?
Yeah.
So I imagine then we'd need we might need this to be a bit wider, and we might, like as Pete just said, we might consider rotating the kitchen, I guess, around to sit in this.
Yeah.
I think it's wide and it's deep enough, isn't it? Yeah. So we have potentially still have some joinery, tall utility coming down that side. Then you might have your kitchen. I'll try not to draw it too big, like I always do. Is this
What
sort
might
of
be
what you're
interesting,
thinking?
yeah, what might be interesting about this option too is it probably will end up creating more full separation from the
From
front
the-
back living room and
Yeah,
the corridor,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
I don't know if it's quite deep enough.
But we can
We can make it whatever we
can
need.
make it whatever it needs. So
And maybe we could move this corridor down a bit anyway. So let's just show something. I'll try not to draw it too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We probably need an extra metre on that. Let's just imagine we have it, because we could also shift this around a little bit more. Just tweak the overall plan. There. So should we do a proper dining table, not just a banquette?
yeah,
Let's see if it works properly.
Would-
We could always get rid of that there. Like, Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where the scullery goes.
Well, it's quite wide,
Would
so
you make it? It might, yeah, make sense to make the scullery sort of there.
let's try it. Yeah. All right, so we go that way. Something like that. You might have your scullery in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Probably could move that table over a bit. Sorry. Trying things massive again. Something like that, and then we'd have this living area in that location. I've drawn things very generous, but we get the idea.
It's a big house.
It's a big house, yeah. Yeah, so we might change that around. Put the kitchen in that orientation, so we've turned that 90 degrees effectively, that whole room. It's a big table, but we get the idea.
Yeah, I think that's
Something
looking,
like that.
that's looking nice.
And
both-
then let's see what happens. So then the living room over here is still intact, I guess. You might have a bit more enclosure there potentially. We could probably, this option may mean actually that we can
yeah, you
sort
could
of
utilise
consolidate.
some utility in there.
We can make some sort of utility in here, like maybe that means then that we can sort of effectively shorten this zone, so we can consolidate that. We have, maybe that's the laundry there. That's the pantry. You got still lots of tall utility for the actual kitchen, which is great. It really makes me happy. You've got lots of nice tall utility along there. Great work zone, a 4-metre island. So that actually looks really good. And maybe also we can sort of bring this over a bit. Maybe that doesn't even need to pop out on that side, but we can see what we think. Do we still want the fireplace, or would you do like
I don't mind
maybe
having
glass doors, or
Yeah, I think either
or? We could maybe do the fireplace, or we could do.
Like, I guess what I like about having sort of something, whether it's glazed doors there or a fireplace, is that you're creating a kind of private-ish.
Yeah, I think
a
that's really
separated
good.
path through.
Yeah, it's too big to be totally open.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't be nice, and sometimes it gets cold. I mean, why don't we do this option with the fireplace sort of more like in that location, say, and just a different sort of layout to that room.
Yep.
You know, like just a bit more focused on that fireplace over there. So I think that's actually quite interesting as an option, and we'd probably go back and consolidate the wing on the right-hand side, which I think can happen probably in both options anyway.
Yeah.
In the refinement, but yeah, I think that's quite interesting, and I'd be very interested to hear what you guys think.
Thanks very much for joining us. I hope you found that interesting. Let us know in the comments which option you think the clients should choose.